Hey everyone, it's Coach Kari. I thought that I would sit down today and make you guys a video on social eating because I had a big long weekend of sitting around with my mom and my sister and munching on chips and salsa and just making horrible snacking decisions, and I realized that this happens every time I get together with my family. And with the holidays coming up this year, I thought that it would be a good time for everybody to kind of maybe look at this issue and see if it's a problem for you, and hopefully I can give you a few tips to help you make better decisions when you're in a social gathering, whether it's a work party or family Thanksgiving or a dinner party with friends or whatever it might be. Hopefully we can break this habit together. So I did a little bit of reading on this, and I found a really good article about maybe some of the reasons why we tend to overeat or not be on track with our health habits all the rest of the time until we get together in a social setting and we completely blow it. So this article that I read was is that food is something that we need daily, and so it's always kind of been associated in like a group setting, because we always eat dinner as a as a family or with a group of people, and so it's become somewhat part of our social lives. So like big villages would get together like a couple times a month, and different villages would gather together and they would all eat and have a big feast and a big party, and it was associated with fun and with the social aspect. And it's also an occasion for sharing. If you have a dinner party, you pride yourself in the amount of food that you're preparing for everyone and the quality of food that you're preparing for everyone, and you can't wait to share with them, which isn't a bad thing. But that's just part of the background on it. And if you think about it, food, it starts out your life when you're dependent as a child on your mother for milk. It becomes a symbol of nurturing and loving, and maybe that's why we still associate food with loving someone or wanting to give them the best, just because it's been with us since birth. Also, being humans, we are the only animals that actually cook our food. So it's a symbol of our status in the world. Let me see what else they said. So basically, that's the background on it, on why food is associated with being social and being around people and loving people. And so I thought I'd give you a few tips on maybe how we could change this, or at least maybe a better way to be social without just always associating it with food. A recent study said that eating around those that you're comfortable with, mainly your family, friends, you're more likely to overeat than if you're eating with a stranger. So you feel more comfortable with them, you're willing to let down a little bit and indulge on some of those foods that you normally wouldn't if you were sitting across from a stranger. And another study also said that you tend to mimic the pace of those that you're eating with. So if the people that you're eating with are eating really fast, you'll tend to try to keep up with them or eat the same quantities as they are. So with these things in mind, I have a couple of tips for you if you're going to be going to a social event. The first tip is to eat a snack before. That way you won't be completely starving when you go and feel the need to shove your face full of food as soon as you get there. If it's a potluck, bring your own healthy dish. This way you know that there's something that you can eat, something that maybe you can even eat a little bit more of, and you'll know that there's a healthy option out there. And you'll also be modeling good behavior for the other people that might be at the party. Take a look at the buffet table if you're eating buffet style before you go to dish up, so that you kind of know what things you want to put on your plate. If you just start out in the line, you might fill up on foods that maybe aren't even the most appealing to you just because they're right in front of you to start. So take a sampling of what you think you might want to eat so that you don't completely fill your plate to the brim. Take small portions, because you can always go back. If there's something that you really liked, you can always go back for more, and that way you won't be eating a ton of food. Drink a lot of water, of course. It's one of the tips people always give. It'll help you feel more full and not as hungry. A hard one for some of these social gatherings around the holidays: limit your alcohol intake or your alcohol consumption. because it does enhance your appetite, and it will also kind of let your inhibitions down, so maybe you will be willing to eat a little bit more food. If there's dessert available and you think you want to eat it, make sure to fill your plate full with fruits and vegetables before dessert, so maybe you'll have a smaller piece of pie or whatever. Another tip, be the pace setter. If you're eating with a group of people, if you're the one that's setting the pace, take a bite, set your fork down, chew it up really good, enjoy every bite, and maybe you won't eat as much. This one was a good tip for me, because what I happen to do is I usually sit by the chips and salsa and just continue to eat. Fill your plate at the buffet, or fill a little snack plate, and get away from where the food is. Seek out distractions. Maybe make a goal with yourself that you're going to talk to 3 new people, or visit with 3 people you normally wouldn't visit with. Concentrate more on the social aspect and less on the food. Save up your calories. If you know you're going to a dinner party, maybe resist the temptations to have a sweet or overindulge in the days leading up to, and save some calories for the party. That way, and then think of ahead of a time what things you might want to spend those calories on, so that you can get excited and not feel like you're depriving yourself. And then another way is maybe you can be the one who suggests some physical activity. So eat your dinner and then say, hey, everybody let's go for a walk before we eat dessert, and maybe you'll be less likely to indulge on the really heavy desserts. I think that was most of my tips, and I hope that those help you guys, and hope that you can have a happy holiday season and party season, and still not completely overindulge and make all those goals that you've been setting for yourself all year mean nothing. So keep working hard, and hopefully that helps, and let me know if there's any more questions I can answer. Thanks guys, bye.